Good morning, friends. Today marks the 73rd and final edition of Worship from Home. Looking back to Sunday the 22nd of March 2020, who among us could ever have imagined that our online worship experience would have lasted for over 70 weeks? It's been an amazing journey and a steep learning curve. First of all, I would thank you, the listeners, for your faithfulness and your constancy in worshipping with us over these months. And I pray that you have found comfort, joy and nourishment in the material that has been brought to you. I pray also that the worship that you have offered has been a blessing to you in return. Along the way, we have built up a sizable online community from many parts of the United Kingdom and from further afield too. Thank you for being with us in our journey, and in the coming days we hope that you will continue to follow us on social media and also access our live stream services so that we can continue to bolster each other in our faith. None of this would have been possible without the vision, the expertise and the energy of the Worship from Home production team, whose collective input has been astronomical. The hours spent in planning, recording, editing and quality checking each part of every edition, plus the midweek material, represents a staggering amount of time. And the fact that it has been freely given and often at personal cost makes it even more special. Our thanks go to them, in the knowledge that their reward will be in spiritual currency and in the heavenly dimension. So where to now? Well, from Sunday the 8th of August, we will be live streaming our morning worship from the hall each week at 10:30. As an aside, a special thanks has to go to Stuart Henderson for his hours of installation work in the last month. What will our worship look like? For a start, we hope that those of you who feel comfortable in being out and about will come and join us. Although COVID restrictions are all but gone, and from the 9th of August even more so, it is essential that those attending worship feel that it is safe to do so. To that end, there will be hand sanitisers, limited movement around the hall, and those who are not in possession of an official exemption lanyard will require to wear a face mask. We will have two different zones in the main hall. One will be for those who do not mind being approached by others and who want to chat. The other zone will be more distance and is for those who may still feel uneasy at being there and who specifically do not want anyone to approach them. The format of the meeting will be very similar to that you have experienced online. There will be a welcome, prayer, opening song and a musical item. We will continue to follow broad themes in our reflections, and so there will be a Bible reading and a short sermon. A closing song and benediction will conclude the worship, and there will be refreshments served to you in the main hall. All of this will be broadcast via live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. Singing will be allowed with masks on, and the music will be supported by a brass group of 6 people and a worship band or piano. As we continue to be without a core officer, the meetings will be led by a variety of different people each week. Over the past 17 months, there are those who sadly are no longer with us. There are those who are now too frail or limited in movement to come to the hall. There are those who still feel uneasy at being in the company of others. And sadly, there are those who have re-evaluated their own situations and have indicated a preference to worship elsewhere or not at all. In short, the size of the congregations each week is likely, initially, to be quite small. However, Scripture tells us that it is to the benefit of each of us to share fellowship one with the other. Therefore, I ask that you consider your own position prayerfully and that over the coming weeks we see a gradual increase in the number of the core family who are able to join with us on a Sunday. There is much to do as a force for good in our community. And when I think of community, I think of it in two ways. I think of the family of worshippers who have met in the past, the present and the future. There is much work to be done in rebuilding a programme of activities and events that sustains and nurtures their diverse interests and needs. I think too of the community on our doorstep. The economy, morale and mental health of the people has taken a real battering during the pandemic. As a church in the town, we have a part to play in helping to address these needs. On a positive note, there are hundreds of new houses being built on our doorstep. What an opportunity! The fields are indeed white unto harvest. Sadly, the labourers are now few, and so I'd like to conclude with a further prayer request. Please pray that God will open our eyes and our hearts to the part that each of us, no matter our age, stage or abilities, can play in building His kingdom here in Clydebank. And now, as we consider all of that in the context of our response to God's grace, which is today's theme, let us enjoy this final edition of Worship from Home. May God richly bless you.